educated women are by themselves a very empowered species, and doctors among them are the most empowered because they're also financially independent. They have a say in their houses and they are taken seriously by their families.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, do you think or have you faced any rejection in your career because you are a woman?
I have fortunately been raised in a manner where I have stopped thinking of my gender as a disability. And I was raised by a mother who believed in gender equality. She never discriminated between my brother and my sister and me. So we have not been raised with a vulnerability factor or a component that says makes you feel inferior in any way. So I don't think that I have been discriminated on the basis of my gender per se. But definitely, it is more difficult for women to achieve success than men in any field, whether it's in the medical field or whether it is the political field, because women inherently have the challenge of not only looking after their profession, they have to look after their family, especially after marriage and after children. It becomes very difficult for women to overcome that and get back their career back on track. And you will find that while in college and school, girls outshine the boys in their academic work, but at the workplace, you will find women are outnumbered 10 is to 1, except probably as gynecologists. And so that is where I feel that women need more help in making a success of their academic careers.
Okay, ma'am. And ma'am, what do you think is an important skill set for women to rule these days?
Can you
What
say
is
that again?
what is an important skill set which every woman should have?
I think it's very important for women to be financially independent, first and foremost. And even working women do not look after their taxes, their investments, and their banking needs, their loans. Most of these are outsourced to their husbands. I think, along with everything that we do, we need to be financially independent. We should be very careful about where our money is getting invested so that if you are in a bad spot as far as your relationship is concerned, at least you're financially very stable and your years of hard work do not become a big zero.
Ma'am, what advice would you give to young women to drive them towards leadership roles?
I think women have to lean in. You know, what happens is most of the time you see that if for a job, a man has 60% of the qualifications, he feels he's fit to apply. But when until a woman has 110% of the qualifications, she doesn't feel fit to apply. So that confidence, inherent confidence that yes, I am going to be able to fill the skill gap is a little bit of a thing that women need a push in. And I think more and more women should come out of their comfort zone and take a step up into society, in whether it is in the social work, whether it is in the community, or whether it's in the political sphere. Women need to step out of their comfort zone and do something meaningful so that they feel more accomplished. And at the end of the life, they don't have a life of regrets. They don't feel that, I gave this up for my children, I gave this up for my husband, and then in the end, they feel that they have not lived a full life. It's very important. We all have been given one life. Live every day to the fullest, live every day to the maximum of your ability, because who knows, kal ho na ho.
Sure. Also, how do you think we should break the cycle, break the ceiling of this inhibition which is caused among women? That, as you said, people hesitate. So, how can we create more awareness on this?
I think we need to encourage each other and stop putting each other down. Women are judged and derided for every decision they take. If they choose to get married early, oh, they are bad people. If they choose to get married late, they are judged for that. If they choose to work, they are after marriage, they are judged for that. If they choose to have children early, they are judged for that. If they don't have children, they are judged for that. If they choose to be working mothers, they are judged. If they choose not to be working mothers, they are judged. So first and foremost, we have to put people's judgment of what people are thinking in the dustbin. We must stop talking about other women in a bad way. Whether it is your sister, your daughter, your daughter-in-law, whether it is your friend or your mother-in-law. just say something good about them. If a woman is trying to do something, encourage her and try to pull people up. That's the only way that women can go forward for years and years and years, for generations. You will always find it's the daughter-in-law who gets suppressed by her mother-in-law, and in turn she goes on tormenting her daughter-in-law. And so that cycle has to break. We need to lift each other up. We are This millennium belongs to women, and I honestly believe young women like you are such a inspiration, and you are going to change society. The only way we can do it is by raising better children, by raising gender neutral children. We have to stop making our girls timid, and we have to make our boys more empathetic, so that the world that comes ahead is a lot more open and accepting to women leaders.
Thank you. That brings us to the last question of today. Generally, women are jealous of each other and tear each other apart. But as women, how can we make sure that other women are successful? How can we stand up for each other?
we we only become jealous of each other when we think that we want to win. But life is not a race, and at least I choose not to be a part of the rat race because I'm not a rat. I have chosen my path, and everybody has their own destiny. You have to walk the path with grace and do it in a manner that you not only enjoy the journey, but you enjoy what you call a successful life, whether it is filled with children or money or wealth or recognition, whatever it is going to be your own journey. So there is no, I don't see jealousy as a valid comment, because each of you is leading a different life. You don't know the other person's journey. And when you start having more empathy for each other and valuing what you have in your life and you have gratitude for it, I don't think jealousy has a role in it. We just need to be kind to each other. And as to the entire world, we don't have to be unkind to men as well, but we must essentially be kind to each other and spread love instead of hate. So there'll be no role of jealousy in anyone's life.
Sure. Ma'am, would you like to give a take-home message for all the aspiring young women doctors?
Yeah, I think this millennium belongs to us, and you are the future of this country. Take a stance and make your mark in society, because until each and every one of you reaches your financial heights, this country can never hope to become a superpower.
Thank you so much, ma'am.